No Sleep Sleepover. This is a new podcast where we're just going to hang out, stay up late, chit-chat about anything and everything. I'm Logan Molnar, and I am joined by the lovely, the talented Matt Hribar. Dude, welcome. Thank you for doing this with me.
The longest, I think this might be up there for one of the longest get the names that I've ever had to do, because finding a name is hard work, guys.
This was insanely hard. I think this podcast has been in the works for like 3 months now, and most of it was just finding this name.
Well, because originally we talked about Ramble Set Go or like Ready Set Go, and then we didn't love that. We were like okay about it. It's like when you like go to like Target and you're like I don't know, like that's I might buy that, but I'll put it in the cart. We'll see how I feel at checkout. Very
lukewarm.
Yeah, and then there's a couple other things we had, but then finally it clicked. It just no sleepover.
We just want to talk about anything and everything. There's really no set path, and it's all just gonna come out, and I'm excited.
Yeah, it's perfect for me because I don't know about you, but like I'm very random. I'm like a rambler, so I'm open to whatever. I mean, who knows? Maybe a year from now it's like true crime, or maybe a year from now it's like poetry. I don't know. We're gonna see what
recipes. We're gonna see where it goes, and it can go anywhere. But today is Halloween. Our first episode's on Halloween, so happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Are you dressing up this year? Do you have a costume?
I do. I'm going to be Cruella de Vil.
Ooh, very timely with the movie. I like it.
What about you?
So my sister for my birthday, she got me a Pokemon like luau shirt. It's like a button up. So I'm gonna go as a gym leader and be like, you know, looking stylish. You know, easy. I like it easy. I don't know about you. I'm not huge on like hours and hours into the process, so.
See, I'm going kind of all out this year. I have like a fur coat. I have a wig, which I'm going to sweat in. I bought red boots, so I'm excited to post some pictures.
Oh my God, you went all out. See, in the past, I've just like, one year I was a jogger. One year I was a concerned citizen, and I'd just run into the room and be like, what's going on? That like to show concern.
That. Yeah.
Very like not like very easy, very just whatever. So this year I'm actually putting a little time into it.
That's the way to do it though, because you're comfortable, you're happy, instead of being, you know, all uncomfortable in a cheap Halloween costume that you bought from Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, Spirit Halloween, but you know, your outfits aren't the most comfortable. But so for today, I thought we could do some spooky ghost stories, talk about ghosts, talk about haunted places throughout the country, and just get in the Halloween Oogie Boogie spooky spirit.
Well, yeah, what do you got for me? Give me something good.
I want to start with just right off the bat, do you believe in ghosts?
Absolutely. Here's the thing. I've never experienced anything haunting. I think like I'm too busy. Like I'm running around. Like I have things to do. I have people to see. I have jobs. I have like 9 jobs. And I think the ghosts are like, you know what? He has too much on his plate. Like I don't want to stress him out.
Let's not bother him.
Like I don't want to be like, girl, find my killer, because I'm too busy like, you know, trying to make money. And you know,
makes sense. You're not the person to go to for them.
I'm not the person to go to. But like, here's the thing. Like, I'm open to it. Like, I'm open to the right ghost. You know, it's kind of like a dating process. Like, if the ghost is cool, you know, it's like, yeah, like I have a couple regrets. Like, let's go to Japan together. I'd be like, yes, ghost.
Of course.
But like, if it's like a ghost with trauma that's trying to like deal with its sins in the world, no, that is not the ghost for me. Like,
so you think ghosts have like unfinished business, and that's why they're here?
Oh, isn't that like half of ghost stories? Is like, something happened and they didn't get the chance to do something, or they did something to someone, or like, I don't know, something happened and they're stuck. They can't move on from it, right? Like, it's just trauma, right?
I think so. I think that there are a couple categories of ghosts. So I think most of what people see are, you know, people with unfinished business or messages that they need to deliver in some way. But I also think that there are, and I don't want to call them angels and demons, because that's scary.
Also a book by Dan Brown. Also, Unfinished Business would have been a great name for this podcast.
Next podcast. Next time we decide to do a podcast.
Unfinished Business. Ooh. So you believe in ghosts and you have your layers, right?
Yes, and I think that they're like angel and demon type. There's like more good and bad that can influence people. But I don't necessarily think that everything that people see are people who have passed, if that makes any sense.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. But you said that you've never had a haunting.
No, have you been haunted, girl?
I think that I've seen a couple. I think I'm very in tune with ghosts, kind of.
Okay.
So I feel like they show themselves to me, which I hate. I am absolutely terrified of anything even a little bit scary. And so anytime I see something, I'm like, nope, just keep on focusing. Nothing's over there. I'm safe. I'm good. That ghost does not want to talk to me.
Like, why? What's happened that you're like, oh my God, that's a ghost and not just some creepy old person looking at you or something?
Well, the first one was in my bedroom, so I'm hoping that there's not a creepy old person looking at
me. In your bedroom?
Oh my God. Growing up in my parents' house, I always felt a weird vibe. Just, I grew up with a lot of phobias of like the dark and mirrors. So obviously maybe my mind made them.
I like how that list went from like what everyone has to mirrors. It was like, yeah, dark and I hate snakes and then mirrors. Like, well, oh girl, what did mirrors do to you?
Do you know the story of like, I don't want to say her name, but Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary?
Oh my God, we said it twice. We can't say it again. Oh.
Listen. The only BM I know is the drink, and she is ghastly. The tomato juice and vodka? What am I, living in the Great Recession? No, thank you.
Oh, I love a good Bloody Mary.
Ugh.
Oh my God, I said it again. Okay.
She's here, girl. She's here. Ah!
Jeez, my heart is racing. I'm probably just gonna cry throughout this whole podcast because anything spooky scares me. But I love it too. It's so interesting.
if there's no episode 2, Bloody Mary came for you, Logan. She is here, and she's like, "What you say about me? What you say about my name?
Hey, girl, how you doing?
You're looking so good in that old school dress, girl.
Look great.
That Victorian garb or whatever."
Yeah. So I just remember waking up one night and just feeling kind of like I couldn't move, and I just didn't really think much of it. And then I saw what I thought was just like a very tall person in my room, and I don't think it was my parents. Was
it Slender Man in your room?
Oh God, I hope not. But no, he was very tall. Slender Man, does he have a hat?
I don't know. He might have a hat.
God, I hope not. But this man had like a hat. He had I could tell that he was looking at me, but like there was no face really. Maybe it was. Oh my God.
Girl, that is sounding very Slender Man.
And so I just remember laying in my bed, just like looking at him. And then I just like shut my eyes and was like, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. And I couldn't open them again because I was like, if I open them, I'm going to see him and that's going to be bad news.
Wow.
It was probably nothing. I might have been dreaming. It might have been, my parents just checking on me. But I just remember feeling disgustingly scared.
Oh.
And then I have one more, and this actually happened at a haunted hotel.
Oh?
It's the Park Hotel on Put-in-Bay Island. Have you ever been?
No. Is it haunted?
It's allegedly haunted.
From what? Tourists who were really upset they overpaid for their food or something?
Oh my gosh, Put-in-Bay is so expensive for no reason.
They're like, I paid $20 for a golf cart for 10 minutes?
It's so expensive.
It's pretty bad.
But the Park Hotel is like from the 1800s, so it's very old.
Oh, you know what? As soon as you hit 1800s, someone's died in that location. It's inevitable. It's just inevitable.
Yeah, you can't have a building without it being haunted.
Yeah, like if it's like a 1960s building, like I don't know, maybe, but 1800s, oh, people have died in there. Absolutely, hands down.
Mm-hmm. So, it was a spur of the moment stay. Like I was there, and I was just like, I'll just stay. I'll get a hotel room. So the park.
Wait, so you like went for a day trip and was like, girl, let's make this a 2-day trip. Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was a long day of lots of bars and wineries. So
I gotta tell you, I am not a big spontaneous person like that. Like I'd be like
either.
I got plans tomorrow. We are not staying at the Boo Park Hotel that's haunted.
It was probably the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. But it was fueled by a lot of alcohol, so it was the safest option at that time.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, a safer option would have been, picking a hotel that wasn't haunted, but we all make mistakes. Everyone has those days. I mean,
everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everyone gets that way. I'm so sorry.
We get sued by Miley.
So sorry, Hannah Montana.
Oh my gosh. No episode 2 because if BM came for Logan and then Miley Cyrus copyright issues, but
HM's gonna come for you.
Okay, so you're enjoying. Is there a complimentary breakfast situation? Is there like coffee in the lobby?
No, it's an old hotel. There's communal bathrooms and everything. It's not where you want to stay.
Can I just say the most depressing form of breakfast is the hotel breakfast?
It's so bad.
It's like bagels and like runny eggs and then like yogurt and cereal, which, by the way, I'm not making fun of those things. It's just like together, it just it doesn't add up for me. And I'm not a math student, but something's missing, like a protein option or like, I don't know.
And if you have like the bacon, it's like the rubbery floppy bacon that you can't even bite into and you pull it with no.
Or if there's like a fruit salad, it's like cantaloupe and honeydew, and it's like the worst fruits. Yeah. And then there's like one chunk of pineapple at the bottom or, strawberries on top that have already been grabbed. So yeah. Terrible hotel breakfast. Anywho,
thankfully, the Park Hotel did not have any breakfast.
They said you're paying $300 a night and no breakfast. Goodbye.
Sorry. And you're going to be haunted.
Okay, so you're at the hotel. You've been drinking, I assume.
Yes. So we learn about the hotel kind of through this woman in the communal bathrooms. And she's telling us how it's haunted and how there's like 3 different ghosts that haunt this hotel.
I gotta tell you, the real haunting is the fact that it's a communal bathroom. That alone is
miserable.
Spooky. That is, oof.
This woman in these bathrooms might have been a ghost.
And wait a minute, why? Okay, so she's visiting the hotel. Why does she know about the hotel's history? Did she come specifically for the hotel?
She might just be, like posted up in the bathroom, just being like, oh, yeah.
That's like,
me and my husband are here, but guess what? Hear about this haunted history, to every single person who walks in.
Oh my God, this actually reminds me, you'll appreciate this story. By the way, this is what the podcast is going to be. Us just kind of like taking all these side trips and memory lanes. When I visited Austin, we went to go to the Bat Bridge. So there's a giant bridge. It has the biggest bat population in America or something. Because apparently bats love the bridge. I guess it's like hollow. It's a hollow bridge, which doesn't sound safe to me. I don't want to cross a hollow bridge.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
The only thing hollow that I will accept is chocolate. And even then, go solid. Why are you going hollow? Okay. So bats are on the bridge. We're waiting. It's like 50, 70 of us where we're at. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like a bat in the night sky, this lady goes, would anyone care for some bat history? And everyone looks, and it's this like older lady who she's like probably retired. She probably was like a lawyer or like something fancy, now retired. She had a dog with her. And she rolls up, and it's like, people were like, yeah, like, sure, tell us some bat. So she goes on to tell us the history of the neighborhood. And then she's like, bye, and she leaves. And I'm like, she does that every night. She walks her dog down to the bat bridge and goes, who wants some bat facts? And then people eat it up.
Does she accept like tips or anything? Or was she just like, here are my facts, have a good night, goodbye?
No, I mean, and she's done it because she had that like voice where she was like, ladies and gentlemen, the bats originated in 1815.
She practices day after day, and then she goes down.
She goes down every day. She's like the unofficial like tour guide performance at the Bat Bridge.
Good for her.
She was good. I know, but can you imagine like I like that's your retiree life? Like you just go down to the bridge every day to educate people.
I would definitely do that. I feel like that would be me if I'm older. Like just random history that I have for no reason, and just showing up and being like, hey, did you know about XYZ? It's super interesting. You want to hear more? Every single day.
I gotta tell you, the Bat Bridge lady and the hotel history lady, they love each other. They're like,
they should hang out.
Girl, come to the Bat Bridge, come to the hotel. Let me tell. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I just love that this random lady's in the bathroom, like, girl,
just telling us all about it.
Like, let's pee next to each other in this communal bathroom, and I tell you about the hauntings. Like, okay.
She was saying that there's 3 ghosts that haunt the place. There's a ghost in one specific room, thankfully not our room. There's a woman who haunts children. And then there's another ghost that haunts like the 2nd floor. So there's like a bunch of ghosts.
So is it like a 2-floor 10 hotel?
It's I think it's got like 2 or 3 floors.
Okay. So like you have like a 30% chance of being haunted at this hotel.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's almost like they have to advertise it like, got kids? Want to stay on the 2nd floor? Specifically room 207?
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Sorry about that. So, I hate ghosts. So this woman telling me about all these ghosts, absolutely terrifying. So get in the room. It's me and my one friend, and we're like, let's just go to bed. Screw it. We're going to go to sleep, not worry about the ghosts. So we're asleep, and I woke up. Similar feeling how I did that I explained before, like with my parents' house just couldn't move, felt super weird. Our window was open, so it was freezing. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll just lay here. And so then I look over like towards the door, and since our window's open, it's illuminated. And I look at the handle and I see the lock like slowly unturning. And I am screaming for my friend. I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Please wake up, someone's here. The lock unturned. My friend's not waking up. I'm panicking. I can't move. I'm just, again, same thing like I did. I was just shut my eyes and just go back to sleep and just pray for the best.
This would have been me. Ah! I would have screamed like bloody murder. I cannot believe you were just like, go to bed. Well, it could have been a robber. It could have been someone trying to steal your stuff. Oh my God.
But it's one of those things where if that's happening in the moment, you get just, I don't know if I'm like frozen from fear or something, but it's just, I can't move. And I mean, when it comes to like fight, flight, or freeze, I'm usually like a flight kind of person. I run away. So I don't know if it just an otherworldly makes me tense up or something. But
I'm kind of like all three at the same time. Like, run. Yeah.
But the scariest part is when we woke up in the morning, our lock was unlocked and broken. Like it wouldn't relock. So we were trying from the inside and outside, trying to just shut it, close it. And it locked the night before because I would not have stayed in a hotel with a lock that does not lock. It was just broken. It was not locking.
And then you went to the communal bathroom and the lady was like, girl, I told you they were here.
She's been posting up all night like, did you see him?
Meanwhile, like some like member of housekeeping or like the night receptionist was like, dang it, I was going to steal their stuff. But
yeah, and then I heard her screaming.
I heard her whisper, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But the lock broke?
We woke up and it was unlocked and it wouldn't relock. And again, I would not stay someplace that had a broken lock. Absolutely not.
That ghost was so pissed you woke up. She was like, I'm breaking this lock. God dang it. I wanted to spook her.
It worked. It was absolutely terrifying. Just waking up and knowing that, something that I saw move was now broken. And my friend was like, I didn't hear you yelling at all. I was, I don't know if I was sound asleep. And I was like, I was definitely screaming for you. So, and then...
To me, though, the scariest part is still the communal bathroom. But
it was disgusting.
The lock part is... Up there for me.
And then in the morning, we went down to the lobby to check out, and the owner was checking us out, and he said that he has a house that's attached to the hotel. And if you don't know about Put-in-Bay, anyone who's listening, it's a seasonal island, so they don't really have travelers in the winter. So the hotel's pretty much closed. It's just like a summer kind of thing. And so he was saying in the wintertime, the only way to get into the hotel is through his house. And he's just like so casual. He's like, yeah, I mean, I hear people running all the time in the winter, like throughout the hotel. I'm like, and you're not
running? What?
The ghosts. And I'm like, you're not afraid about that? And he's like, no, I mean, I treat them with respect. They treat me with respect, and we just have a mutual thing. I'm like, you psycho.
There are so many problems. Let's start with the first one. Why does the house have to connect to the hotel? Why can't the house be next to the hotel?
I think it's like a safety thing. Just like that's the entrance that he knows that no one's breaking in,
I don't like that. I still don't like that. Two, I would be flipping my lid if there was people running and there was giggling and across the hotel. Oh my God.
He's just so cavalier about it. He's like, yeah, I mean, they just hang out.
He's like, namaste, girl. They're just here for funsies. What? Who? Oh. No way. I'm good. Thank you for having me, but no, I'm good.
Yeah, I will. And I guess the Park Hotel has a speakeasy connected to it. So if you're interested in hidden bars and haunting ghosts, then that's the place for you.
It's like, why is every building on Put-in-Bay connected back to this spooky hotel? Like, maybe that's why it's haunted, because the ghosts have easy access to everything. I'm saying it.
It's something. It's spooky. But tons of fun.
I don't know if fun's the word, but if that's what you think, then that's what you think.
But like I said, I'm not a huge haunting, scary type of person, so I would like for these situations not to happen to me, but they just keep happening.
Yeah, like I definitely don't want what you had. You had Slender Man in the bedroom, and then you had a lock with the ghost. No. If a ghost was like, I don't know, like, psst, like, do you want some dirt? Like, I know who really killed JFK. I'd be like, oh my God, spill the tea, ghost. Who did it, ghost? A friendly ghost like Casper. Girl, come on in. We can play some games, have a couple drinks. Well, now, how old is Casper? Well, Casper's a ghost. He can have some drinks, right?
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
I don't know. Do ghosts, can they absorb liquid? Like just sit in the puddle of White Claw or something?
Probably. That'd be a party, right? I don't think I've ever had a ghost try to talk to me. Like, I feel like, like those recordings, like the ghost hunters and stuff they have.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had something like that, though.
Well, here's the thing. So all those ghost hunters will be like, like, okay, she's telling me that she was murdered. And it's like, that's all she's telling you? Like, if I was a ghost, let's say I had been murdered and I was a ghost, I'd be like to a psychic, like, it was James Patrick who lives next door to me and killed me with a knife, and this is what happened.
Just consistently bother them.
Why are they so cagey? Why are the ghosts cagey? Just tell the psychics what exactly happened, and then we'll solve the crime.
I would do something very cryptic and funny. Like, I would just give them a bunch of numbers, like 6, 9, 3, 2, and they'd be like, what does this mean? Like, it means nothing. I'd be one of those irritating ghosts, just like, haha. Like, knock over, like, some paper towels or something.
I gotta tell you, either I would stick around for a long time, or I'd go right to heaven. It'd be one of those two. I don't know. It depends on the mood, Depends on who did I leave behind, and like I want to make sure they're okay, or like if it's all good, I'm just gonna go straight cruising to the heaven. I mean, assuming I get into heaven, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's another episode of No Sleep Sleepover.
Seriously. I heard from a ghost whisperer. Her name is Mary Ann. I don't know her last name.
Mary Ann Wisconsin.
Yes, sir. I was gonna do that. Yeah, Mary Ann. Blah, blah, blah.
She's the ghost whisperer. She's the one who the show's after. Yes.
Yeah. So, she terrifying but super cool woman. She has talked to so many people and given them so much closure because she, talks with people who have passed. But she talked about ghosts as people who missed the light and now they'll never be able to cross over, which is very upsetting to me because it's like you think you want to stay for a specific reason, and then she says like the door closes and that's it, and they're stuck forever. That's
like security at like a really tight club. Like, you can't come in, girl. We're closed for the night. Go home. Get a different bar.
How crazy is that, though? Could you imagine?
But like, how are they missing the light? Is it like a visual? Is it like, where's the light? Like, I can't see the light. Or is it like?
I think it's like I'm not ready. Like, I want to finish stuff on Earth, and then the opportunity closes, and that's done, and they're stuck on Earth forever.
Okay, but here's another question. Like, do they know that? Is it like
probably not? Like
the light's there, and the light's like, girl, you got like,
there's like a countdown
3 days.
Like 10, 9. It's like the Halloween Town door.
Actually, that would be okay. Don't steal this, anybody. I come up with these ideas that I say on the podcast. Don't steal it. That would be a good movie. A ghost has like 10 hours to go to the light or not. And if they don't go, and then this whole decision about like, should they go? And then they they don't know if they want to leave people behind, etc. So some
not great news for you. There's just a movie.
Is that a movie?
There was a movie released this year with Victoria Justice. It's a very similar
oh, God. Oh. I hate when I get a good idea and then someone's like, ooh, no, that's been done.
I mean, it wasn't a very good movie. Sorry, Victoria Justice.
Yeah, no offense. When you said Victoria Justice, I was like, okay, so it's not like an Oscar award-winning smash. Yeah.
But
Victoria Justice is listening to this right now like, these two bitches, what are they saying about me?
Miss Victoria, we would love to have you on the podcast. Friend of the podcast, Victoria Justice.
Plot twist, Victoria Justice was the lady at the hotel who told you about the hauntings. It was Victoria Justice.
Could you imagine?
She's like, I just love vacationing at Put in Bay and telling people about the ghosts, That's just me.
Thank you, Miss Justice. I'm just so crazy.
I'm just weird like that.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, it's just... I think that would be a good movie because just thinking about that blows my mind that, hey, you have this amount of time to get to the other side. And if you miss it, you miss it. That's And in that sense,
it's kind of like a Black Friday sale. Like, we have these ovens for $100, but we got 10, and you have to, you got to be up at 5 a.m. to get there. Yeah. So.
My goodness. How spooky. Speaking of spooky, though, do you want to talk about some haunted places?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any haunted places?
Probably my house.
You think so?
No. I mean, haunted from my dreams and my love life. It's really bad around here. But no, I think. Well, you know where I've always wanted to visit? It's the Mansfield Prison.
Yes, that was the first one. Let's talk about that one.
No way. Let's talk about it. Bring it. Introducing. She is fab. She was in some movies. She is regal. Mansfield Prison joining the line. Mansfield Prison, how are you, girl?
It's just. I think it's one of like. I'm probably not. I'm making this up. I'm going to make up a bunch of fun facts. Fun fact, this is one of the most haunted places in the country.
You could literally make up fun facts, or you could be like, the Mansfield Prison was originally a rehab center. And I'd be like, oh.
Very cool.
You'd be like, famous people who were in prison at Mansfield include Marilyn Monroe. And I'd be like, oh.
But how much do you know about the prison?
I know that there's like the clock tower, and it was in Shawshank Redemption, and it's not active, and people died there because it's a prison. So I'm assuming people died there.
Yeah. So
because especially like an old timey prison. Like I feel like back then, like it'd be like, hey, give me your lunch money. If you don't, I'm gonna kill you. And then it's like, but I need my lunch money. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna kill you. And then the guards would be like, girls, like we don't care. Kill each other, please.
Yeah.
Like, versus these days, it's a little bit less. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit more care, a smidge of more care from the guards. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what year the prison was built or anything, but definitely super old. Could definitely look.
Let's take a look. You tell me some facts, and I'll look that up for you.
Okay, so it's called the Ohio State Reformatory or the Mansfield Reformatory. So basically, this prison, not a good place. Multiple people consistently died. Some from, natural causes, as you do in prison with not great health care, especially back then. But there was, also a lot of killings, a lot of people just going crazy, killing themselves. It's just so many people have died in those prisons, and it's supposed to be severely haunted because there's so many levels to it. There's a basement where people would be put into solitary confinement, treated like trash. And so I can't even imagine just walking those halls. Number one, knowing how many awful things happen there. And then number two, possibly seeing some ghosts. And I think they also do haunted houses in October. Are you finding a date?
I did. It said, okay, this sounds a little, I don't love this. It says the Ohio State Reformatory, built between 1886 and 1910. Built between 1886 and 1910?
Yeah, that's all.
So that's like 24 years. Why did it take 24 years?
Yeah, that's weird.
Also, did you know this? It closed in 1990 when a United States federal court ruling ordered the facility to be closed, which is crazy to me because when does the government go, yeah, let's close that prison?
Well, I think so that because again, making up facts that probably aren't true, so many people were mistreated and dying there that...
You are right. The prisoners had a class action lawsuit citing overcrowding and inhumane conditions. And so they said close it up by 86, but then it got moved to 1990 because the replacement facility is the Mansfield Correctional Institution. So, wow. Wait, so here's my thing. Why close the whole thing if they're... Okay, so let's say it says the overcrowding and inhumane conditions. Can't they just have better conditions and less people and keep it open?
I think it was... I'm sure it was a maximum security prison. People were being treated so poorly that you don't really want to have that... carry over to your next prison. You don't want to say, people have died and our guards were treating people terribly. But, we got rid of the bad ones and we're still open.
So we had a lot of problems with overpopulation and inhumane conditions, but now we have a spa for our prisoners.
Yeah, you don't want to carry that over to your new prison, I don't think.
No. So maybe it was more of like, ooh, this place has some bad juju vibes,
Yes.
you know?
And
interesting.
Again, a lot of the ghost hunters and stuff have been there, have walked those halls, and a lot of people who have been there just say that there's eerie vibes. Like, you just get bad vibes when you're there. And I've never been. I don't think I want to go. If you're getting that bad of vibe, just walking through, just knowing everything that happened, I'm good. I don't need to go. But I just think it's so interesting that it's like right in our backyards, a super haunted place like that.
Did you know there's a page on Wikipedia about the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation Correction prisons that includes state prisons, private, and the defunct ones? Oh.
Who would have thought?
There's an Ohio penitentiary that was in Columbus that is now defunct. It was demolished in 1997. Okay, you could tell I have undiagnosed ADHD because I could go down this rabbit hole all night and be like, oh, this reformatory. Oh.
I mean, I'm sure there's terrible stuff that happens at most of them just because,
Yeah. Yeah, because people are terrible. That's the real horror. It's just people in general.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of people being terrible, I saw a story about a man who dressed as Michael Myers and was hugging people on the side of the road. He might be a good guy, but if I see anyone who's dressed as a serial killer, I would not go up to them. That's terrifying.
The dressed as serial killer part absolutely is terrifying, but like, what random stranger, if a random stranger tried to give me a hug,
yeah,
I'd be like, whoa,
like
slow your roll.
Free hug sign. He's like, bring it on in. I'm like, no thanks, Michael Myers.
It's like one thing when you meet like some like old nice lady who's like, oh, thanks so much for being part of this club, and and here's a hug, darling. Okay, that's nice, but like, I'm walking downtown Cleveland and someone is just like, here's a hug. Like, can you back off? Can you give me 6 feet social distance?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, stop it.
And then that makes me think of people who dress as serial killers on Halloween and just walk around. Terrifying, because isn't that the whole premise of the movie Halloween, is that he's just a guy walking around in a mask and people are like, sick mask, dude. Like, anybody could be a killer on Halloween and just.
But like, are people really dressing up like, not Tom Brady, what's the name of the guy that Zac Efron played? Oh my god, what's that serial killer? Washington, Seattle.
Ted Bundy.
Are people dressing up like Ted Bundy for Halloween?
Brady, Ted Bundy, same thing.
Both icons in different ways. Are people one a serial killer, the other
just threw his 600th touchdown pass?
Maybe a serial killer. No, I'm kidding. Tom Brady, Miley Cyrus, Victoria Justice. Shots have been fired today.
Tom Brady.
Wait, so my question is, are people actually dressing like Ted Bundy, or they're dressing like
I meant more
like
like
John Wayne Gacy, or
like
just
more
more
like the,
okay.
the scary movie killers?
Because if someone came to my door and I'm passing out candy, which I'm not doing, but because I just don't have the finances for it. But if a kid came up dressed as Ted Bundy to my door, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
I'd be like, that is insensitive.
You get no candy, sorry. Yeah, I don't think those costumes are clever or cute or funny.
No. Not like real life serial killers. No. I'd be like, you're sentenced to the Ohio State Reformatory. We're reopening it just for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Even just the Michael Myers, the Scream mask, just people walking around on Halloween, by themselves. I think that's it's weird.
Well, I know I did a little research. I found a ghost story for you, if you want me to read that before we go.
I would love it to finish out this spooky Halloween episode.
It's called The Ghost of Oxford Milford Road, which Oxford Milford Road, that is a tongue twister. Someone working for like the city that got to name that street, they were like, that's funny. Right? So this happens actually in Ohio. So when Brad Culp was a student at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, there was a rumor that the town had one of the most haunted places in America. So eventually, he kept finding things about one ghost in particular, the ghost of the Oxford Milford Road. As the story goes, many decades ago, probably sometime in the 1940s. I like how it says probably in the 1940s. Like, Let's just pick a decade. Maybe. It's like, I don't know. The 1940s sounds good. There was a young man courting a young woman in a rural part of town. Well, okay, doesn't town imply it's kind of rural? Like I say I'm from the city of Cleveland or like the suburbs of Cleveland. If I was from like a rural town, I'd say, yeah, the town.
Yeah.
I think I'm overthinking this. Anywho. Because the woman's parents didn't approve of the match, each night he visited under the cover of darkness. Ooh. Oh, I'm so glad we're not part of that time period anymore.
Yeah, thank God for cell phones.
Where parents were like, I don't approve. And now we're just like, okay, Mom, I'm still going to date him and his motorcycle or whatever.
And you could just text them and they don't have to visit you in the cover of darkness.
By the way, I am not going out for the cover of darkness for anyone. I don't care how much I'm in love with you.
I'll be in bed.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed. So after her parents went to bed, the young woman would sneak out of her farmhouse and flash the lights of her parents' car 3 times. So they had like a secret code. Then her young suitor would ride his motorcycle down the road. But one night, he took a sharp right turn. The motorcycle went one way, he went the other. His injuries were so severe, he did not survive. And so rumor has it, the love-struck ghost still haunts this stretch of Oxford-Milford Road. So speaking of Brad, who is kind of our character or our person of this tale. So Brad and his girlfriend, who's now his wife, so good for them, and a friend. So it's a 3-wheel situation, which, by the way, if someone was like, me and my girlfriend and you are going to go spend the night trying to find a ghost, I'd be like, I don't like that. Can we bring a fourth? Like, I don't want to be a third wheel to that.
Also,
do you?
If the ghost, showed up, you are the sacrifice. They're not going to sacrifice each other. You're just there.
Oh my God.
Good luck. Have fun. Yeah.
It's like, what's that movie? I didn't see it, but it's the girl with the floral hair, and it's like the horror movie. And she's like the Swedish girl, and she had to sacrifice all her friends. I never saw it. What was the name of that movie?
The floor-length hair, is that The Ring?
No, it was like just 2 years ago, and they go to Sweden.
Oh,
Midsommar or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that like, yeah, like you're the first to go if you're not the one who's...
I don't watch scary movies, so I take your word for it. Just you telling this ghost story, I'm tearing up and crying, so I can't watch a whole movie of just terrifying gore and death.
Yeah. If you want scary, you just go back to that Park Hotel on Bay Village Island. Put-in Bay Island, excuse me.
Hello?
Hello? So the 3 of them, awkwardly to me, go out. And they turn a short way into the farmhouse driveway, which to me is trespassing.
Yeah.
But okay, do you. So Brad killed the engine and flashed his lights 3 times.
No, Brad. God.
No joke. There was a single headlight that appeared 3/4 of a mile down the road. You saw it start to come, going pretty slow. It kept coming and coming. My wife was freaking out. It was coming closer and closer. As a collision seemed imminent, Brad turned on the car lights. He expected to see a kid on a bike, but there was nothing. The light that was in front of them was gone. They got out of the car. They walked around trying to figure out what it could have been. But this day, we still talk about it. It's something I can't explain. And if you're ever in Oxford, Ohio, consider parking for just a few minutes on Oxford-Milford Road at night to test your own nerve.
I'm really good. I'm like sobbing right now if you're not watching this video. No. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Ghost stories are just, they're so scary to me. This is why, I don't want to talk to ghosts. I don't want to see them. Yeah. Do you believe that story?
I mean, I don't know. You know what it is? It's like all the ghost stories have the same plot. It's like, this ghost died because of this. So if you do that, then they'll come back.
Yeah, it's like you have to trigger something.
Yeah, it's like this ghost died by baking apple pie. So if you bake apple pie in the house, the ghost comes back. I don't know. But it's scary. It's a scary visual that you're in the middle of the road and you see a light coming towards you, and then you turn on your car lights again, and then it's gone. What is that?
That's a lot for me.
You're having an allergic reaction cry right now. You are.
Anything scary. This is I don't watch scary movies. I usually don't like scary stuff. But I thought it was a Halloween episode. I thought it'd be fun to talk a little scary.
I had fun.
I had so much fun too.
Oh, good.
We could wrap it up there, I think.
Yeah. Well, we could do. Here's a little something that makes you happy. So this is Matt's meme of the week, I guess we'll call it.
I'm ready.
There was a meme, and it was this guy who shouted "hi," and then there was these mountains that echoed, and they were like, so it was 3 mountains. It was the guy said "hi," and the mountains were like "hi, hi, hi," and then he was like, "What's up?" And then it was like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" And then he said, "I love you." And instead of echoing back the mountain, it was like red at 12:48 p.m. Red at 12:48 p.m. Red at 12:48 p.m. Oh, that was really funny.
Yeah, that's my love life, pretty much.
Me too.
Look at us. We're just the man in the mountains.
Yeah, the real horror is our love life. That's the real scary part.
That is true. Sad and true.
We got through our first episode of No Sleep Sleepover. How do you feel?
I feel great. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Hopefully they enjoyed our tangents, because that's all it's going to be. It's just us having fun talking about whatever comes up. Mm-hmm. But hey, if no one else listens to it, we'll listen to it and we'll really enjoy it.
I think we might have a niche. We might have a very niche. Like, they're like, who's 2 random people who just want to do random things? It's like, we got you. We're here for you.
Logan and Matt. So yeah, this is No Sleep Sleepover. We're dropping episodes, we think, every Sunday. You can listen on whatever podcast apps you listen to: Spotify, Apple Podcast, others, and YouTube. Where is it on YouTube, Matt?
Yeah. Starvolt Studios YouTube page. Yeah, it should be up on everything. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes, it takes forever to get approved. So, fingers crossed.
Hopefully Sundays, maybe not Sundays. But yeah, rate us too, because that's how people will find us. And it'll be
5 stars. Leave a comment, about how annoying we are. But, it's fine.
Or leave a comment on your spookiest Halloween costume.
I like how I'm just like, whatever you want. And Logan's like, oh, your costume?
Just be nice.
Please be nice. And I'm like, I'm used to it. I don't.
Just be brutal.
Say whatever you want. I've gotten those 1-star reviews. You think I stay up at night? No, I go to bed right nice over those 1 stars.
Just know that your 1-star reviews will make me stay up all night.
Don't worry, Logan. I will slowly educate you that it's okay. It's okay.
Cool. Can't wait.
Alrighty. Well, do you want to close us out, Logan?
Thanks for listening. Watch. Oh my God, this is a mess. I'll get better next week. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Peace out.